when I was a kid, my parents had this cow named Brian. They even gave it a human name. And one night it cornered my mom in the backyard. It had her up against the corner. I was terrified. This big, massive bull. And I don't even know why they had it, but that the next day they had that thing butchered in the back fucking yard. I remember playing Tonka trucks or some shit out front. I was like 7 or something, and playing with GI Joes or something, and fucking I hear this, and an hour later, the truck drives by. I'm still up there playing, and I look, and there's Brian with his fucking head hanging off the back of this truck and his tongue, like looks exactly like when I do the vocals. So
that's why I put it.
You totally reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Saying that,
dude. I mean, it's like
maybe there's something there.
Maybe
that's like a great story from the beginning, man. That's
horrible. They gave it a human name.
Great in a bad way.
I mean, that you could really call that like the point where Travis Ryan had all of his
experience. Or no, that was working at Arby's, my first job.
It's a tribute to Brian.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Dude. The next album name is Brian.
Don't fucking eat there, man. Jesus.
The life and death of Brian.
Yeah.
The life of Brian.
Too soon. Oh
yeah.
Life of Brian Part 2, and it's fucking Travis Ryan's fucking cow.
Travis Ryan's.
That was fucking.
Oh my god.
And I was gonna segue into real quick, just talking to you about from vocalist to vocalist, like. At what point did you realize you could do some of the shit that you can do? Because you got a mad variety of fucking noises that come out of that throat, dude.
Learned how to do the guttural technique at pretty much 15, I guess 16 or something like that. I'm 46, so 30 years I've been doing that. But the tongue stuff, all that fucking shit, and the clean singing was all from touring. That was just developed over time, but I started doing it in like 99. The tongue shit. What so that
you started
is
playing with it on stage?
Yes.
At first.
So doing the pterodactyls or whatever we called them back then. Now they call them zombie vocals or whatever. That was spawned from emulating the sound of two vocals at once. Of trying to achieve that sound of a low and a high at once, because I've always been a fan of layering, doing, I was a big fan of Deicide and shit like that, and Carcass. How do you achieve that live with one person? I don't know, but I'm gonna do, I was working on it. We're trying to,
find a middle point.
Yeah, and then I noticed when I do this thing with my tongue, it would create this pocket of air that gave this like sympathetic tone, which is a tone that's separate from the main one that you're doing now this all this shit, there's some dude out there who can explain all this shit on YouTube and all that, and
whistling and humming at the same time.
I'm literally going off of like 1999. I'm explaining it the same I would back then. So
no, I tagged you. I tagged you in that video of that guy that was like, he goes like Travis Ryan.
I saw that.
Yep.
What's that?
Is this some singer from Coach guy?
Is it Ken Tamplin?
Benitez, isn't it? David Benitez or something?
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't a YouTuber. So a lot of dudes came along and got big off of doing YouTube or whatever when I didn't grow up with that or whatever. Yeah. So I kind of wish that there was still that everything wasn't out there in the open, that there was still a little bit of mystique, totally. But there's not. And it's fair game. It's open source. Everybody's gonna figure it out. So, but for the longest time, I had a lot of people going, "What the fuck is he doing?" And I loved that. And now it's
missed that.
I missed that, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool. Whatever.
It's kind of like Eddie Van Halen turning his back to the audience and tapping, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is he doing?"